There was no business trip. I was with another woman.
Listen, what do you want from me? Why can't you leave me alone even after the divorce? You have a man, don't you? Let him provide for your son. What child support are you talking about? You'll manage. Let me live in peace with the woman I love. Leave me alone. Their son was the greatest achievement for Nadia and Alex. A long-awaited, cherished, clever beyond his years little boy, he never caused his parents any trouble. Nadia sometimes dared to bring up a topic that had been bothering her for a long time. Alex, I dream so much about a little girl. Can you imagine, such a tiny little thing? We've discussed this 1,000 times, Nadia. The mortgage, little Max is still so small. We need to get on our feet first. But what about the mortgage? What will change if we have another child? She insisted. We planned it, remember? Even before Max was born, you said you wanted him to have a little sister. Plans change, Nadia. Let's just wait a bit, okay? Let's wait 3 or 4 years. Nadia just sighed. Her friends advised her to just get pregnant and present her husband with a fait accompli, but Nadia couldn't do that to the man she loved. She loved Alex, and he loved her and their son. How could you lie to someone for whom you have the most sincere feelings? No, of course not. Their family holidays were picture perfect. Christmas with his parents, New Year's with hers. Summer invariably ended at the dacha, where they would also host her brother's family, who also had 2 kids, twins, the same age as Maximum. Everything was wonderful. And it was this wonderful that made the sudden collapse so deafening. The changes started with little things, which Nadia at first attributed to his workload. Alex, always so open, suddenly became withdrawn. Alex, honey, why so quiet? Did something happen at work? She worried. It's nothing, just routine. Lots of reports, we're swamped. And then there were issues with his phone. Before, Alex never hid it, he'd leave it in plain sight, never took it to the bathroom, but now everything had changed. And if before Nadia could take it to check the weather or call her brother, now whenever she approached, Alex would instantly lock the screen or turn away. Alex, are you deleting something? She asked outright after a week, when he came out of the shower, having forgotten his phone on the nightstand, and she saw a fleeting notification that disappeared as soon as she got closer. Deleting? Don't be silly, Nadia. Just clearing the browser history. You know how it is, sometimes you download all sorts of work nonsense, he replied, hastily grabbing the smartphone and hiding it behind his back. But you never cleared your history before. You were never paranoid about it. Something's wrong, Alex. Oh, Nadia. Let's not, okay? You're just overthinking things. I'm stressed, I'm tired, and you start interrogating me. His voice carried a distinct irritation that was uncharacteristic for him. Nadia was tormented. She felt something was wrong, but didn't understand what. And she didn't know what to do. Alex told Nadia he was leaving for an urgent meeting in a neighboring city that would run late. He promised to be back at night, but never came home. His phone was silent, he must have turned it off. Nadia didn't sleep all night, cursing herself for not insisting on going with him. He came back in the early morning, 3 days later. Unrecognizable. Pale, with extinguished eyes. Alex, where have you been? Why was your phone off? Nadia even cried from relief. He sat on the edge of the bed, not taking off his jacket. Nadia, we need to talk. Please, don't scream. I wasn't going to scream. I want to know where you've been for the past 9 hours, and why you didn't pick up when I called you. I was, with another woman. Nadia went deaf and blind. 9 years of building a life together collapsed in 1 second. What? What did you say? I cheated on you. I love her, Nadia. You, love her? Her throat tightened. Are you talking about some fleeting weakness or you're actually in love? I'm in love. It's not a weakness. It happened a while ago, but I fought it. And then I realized I can't pretend anymore. Fought it. So you've been lying to me all this time? Lying when you held our son, lying when we planned our vacation? Lying when you said you didn't want another child because you were busy with me and our son? I didn't want you to find out from someone else. I wanted to tell you myself. Good for you. Nadia had a hysterical outburst. You confess. What's next? It's not about you, Nadia. It's more complicated than that. You chose someone else. I don't understand what I did wrong. I tried, I cared, I wanted another child so we could be a complete family, and you. I don't want a divorce, Alex. Please. I'll fix everything. I promise, I'll be different, I won't talk about a daughter anymore, if you come back. We're a family. Alex shook his head. I can't anymore. I've made my decision. I love her. And I want to be with her. You love her. Did you think about Max? You're trading your child for some woman? He adores you. Nadia, I won't abandon him. Nothing will change for Max, it will be just like before. I'll see him, I'll pick him up. I'll keep providing for him. We just won't live together. I've already moved out, Nadia. I'm living with her. You can throw out any of my things that are left here. Nadia clutched her heart. You moved out. Before we even talked. You were already living there while I was going crazy with worry, thinking you were in a hospital morgue. I moved out a few days ago. And I will fight for what we have. And I won't grant you a divorce. Nadia, don't. You can take everything except what I had before we met. Before us. What about the apartment? We paid the mortgage together. We'll split it, Nadia. If you want, live here until the divorce. If you want, I'll rent a one-bedroom for you and Maximum. You know, if this place burdens you. Nadia felt her last hope crumbling. He didn't just cheat, he consciously chose a different path. She rushed to the closets, started throwing out his clothes, and with a grim surprise, she realized that half of his things were already gone. He had somehow managed to secretly move his clothes out. You coward. You bastard, her voice broke into a scream. You planned and thought everything through in advance. That's enough, Nadia. I don't want a scene. I want us to separate civilly. Civilly? You chose another woman, and now you want to run away civilly? I'm just starting a new life. I'm sorry, Nadia. No, Nadia shook her head, struggling to hold back tears. You won't decide anything for me. What new life? I'll talk to lawyers. I'll find out everything. But as long as we're not divorced, you have no right to leave the family. I've already left, Nadia. I came for my documents, Alex said, standing up. You're leaving now? Yes. And you won't even look at Max. He's asleep. Don't wake him. Let him sleep. Nadia stood and watched as her husband, with whom she had shared a mortgage and dreams of a daughter, methodically packed his personal belongings into a small travel bag. For some reason, she understood that he really wasn't coming back. The month flew by in a whirlwind. The divorce was being processed. Nadia filed for child support, understanding that if given the choice, Alex wouldn't support their son properly. She knew his salary allowed him to provide for the child, and if her ex-husband suddenly didn't want to help out of conscience, the law would force him. Alex could only see his son in Nadia's presence. Every such meeting was torture for her. She couldn't look at her ex-husband calmly. She hadn't properly recovered from the betrayal. When Alex brought Max home after a walk, Nadia decided to discuss a very important matter with him. Alex, we need to talk. I've been meaning to for a while. Her ex-husband interrupted her. About what? About how much you hate me. I know that. Don't bother. Nadia grimaced. No, not that. I want you to sign your share of the apartment over to our son. Why on earth would I do that? I need to live somewhere myself. What's the big idea, Nadia? We'll sell it and split the money. It's just a matter of time. And where will my son and I live? After the sale, what will I be able to afford? A room in a dorm? Have a conscience. You've already ruined our lives, mine and our son's. I offered to buy out my share, Alex shrugged. I don't have that kind of money. Well, that's not my problem. Find it. Nadia, why are you acting like a child? Solve your own problems. A scandal erupted, which dragged on for months. Everyone got involved, parents from both sides, brothers, sisters. After long negotiations, Alex agreed to sell his share for a symbolic $200,000. Nadia had to borrow money from relatives and friends, and then she found out that her ex-husband had used that money to buy a ring for his new flame. They posted a photo on social media on the day of the sale. They didn't even bother to remove the price tag from the ring. 6 months after the divorce, a friend suggested Nadia meet an interesting man. His name was Igor. He seemed well off, earned a decent income, and appeared to want for nothing. Igor won her heart immediately. They didn't date for long. The relationship quickly turned from casual to serious. Igor helped her financially, assisted with renovating the apartment, paid for a new bedroom set. And after 4 months, she found out she was pregnant. Nadia convinced Igor to move in with her. He resisted for a long time. Nadia, come on, this is ridiculous. I have my own place. I'm not some live-in boyfriend. Why don't you and Max move in with me instead? Nadia persuaded her man for almost a month, and he finally gave in. They lived peacefully for 2 weeks, and then everything was ruined by Alex. He suddenly wanted to see his son, showed up without warning, and threw a fit at Nadia's place. You've got some nerve. Brought a man into my apartment. Carrying on with him in front of my son? Get out of here. Get out, I said. Igor wasn't scared. Grabbing the raging Alex, he dragged him towards the exit. A kick and the troublemaker flew out onto the staircase. It all happened so fast that Nadia didn't even have time to be scared. Alex jumped up, yelled something like "I'll destroy all of you," and quickly retreated. The ex-husband dropped off the radar. He didn't call, didn't text. And, most disgustingly, the child support payment stopped. For 3 months now, Max was being provided for by Igor. Not that he ever complained about it, he never mistreated his stepson and, one could say, even loved him, but this whole situation infuriated Nadia. Through acquaintances, She found out that her ex-husband had quit his job and was now registered as unemployed. Those same acquaintances said that Alex was now earning even more than before and getting his salary in an envelope. That's why there were no official deductions for child support. Finding out where her ex was working wasn't difficult. Nadia got the number of the reception office and started pestering the secretary with calls. Good afternoon. My name is Nadia. I'm the ex-wife of Alex A. Frolov. Can you tell me why he still hasn't been officially registered? He works for you, but I'm not receiving child support. The secretary first patiently explained, then started getting rude. Why are you calling here? I don't know. I don't handle HR matters. This is a direct violation. Aren't you afraid of a labor inspection? I'll call every day, every single day, until you officially employ my ex and he pays me the debt for 3 months. I'll complain everywhere I can. They'll bury you in inspections. The management, apparently, decided it was easier to capitulate than to deal with the authorities later. Alex was officially hired. Nadia got lucky, her ex was hired retroactively, and a substantial child support debt immediately appeared. Alex came rushing over to confront her. And Nadia was beaming, she had triumphed over her ex. Well, had enough fun? She said, not looking away. Now you'll pay up, as you should. Alex grimaced. You've poisoned my life. No, darling, you poisoned it yourself. Why run away and hide from your son? To hell with you, you viper. You made my life hell during the marriage, and after the divorce you're still tormenting me. To Nadia's surprise, Alex started honestly paying 30% of his now legal income. But he stopped communicating with his son altogether. Nadia's cousin, who worked at a private clinic, informed her that Alex and his flame were rushing between hospitals. It turned out she had serious health problems. The chances of her ever bearing Alex a child were negligible.